What's up, everyone? I got a, well, let's turn everything off here. So this is a 2016 Bluebird school bus. Horn works only, part rotation of the steering wheel. So, a couple other problems too. So we're going to start with taking the wheel off. The nut in the center is 1.25 inches. And then you're going to need a steering wheel puller. Put 2 small bolts in there, and then the center one goes in there, and it just pulls it right off. If you need help using a steering wheel puller, you probably shouldn't do this job. So one thing I always do, I always mark the steering wheel. That way I clock it back to where it's supposed to be. This guy right there is the cause of the problem. So I got a new one, we're going to throw that on. But it stays down and doesn't go back up. So we're going to replace that. In order to gain access to that, there's Phillips screw there, and down there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out and I'll be right back. I lied. The only 2 that are Phillips are these ones. The other 4 are T20s, because why the hell not? And if you bring your steering wheel down, you have 2 more Phillips right there. And here we go. Everything's right there. New one, old one. New one, old one. New one, old one. So, it's pretty self-explanatory. Pull that Phillips and that Phillips, and we'll be right back. Oh no, it's flopping all over the place. That's okay. We're going to undo these connectors. So you got this one, which pinch right there, and then pull the other side. This one, pinch right there, and you can pull it off. You get those off, and you're free to put this new one on. So you just plug it back together. Okay, so white and black are up top. The other 3 are on the bottom. So then we just put it back on. So I'll be right back. Okay, now let's do this part. So that's the Bluebird part number for this guy. And as you can see, that's on there. So that actually cancels that guy out. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's this really only goes on one way. Okay. So it just kind of pulls off. And as you can see, where that guy lines up, that guy is just offset. So when you pull that bottom, the old one off, the new one goes to where that is right in the center. And it just pushes on, and you can put the wheel back on. So that's all done. I'm going to go ahead and put this column back together. So we start with our top. Again, grab our Phillips screws. Try to get them started one hand. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the 2 Phillips started on the bottom. Now I'm going to go ahead and do these 4 T20s, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that part's done. Now we can grab the steering wheel, and if we line up our little marks, we are good. And this guy goes right here. Now sometimes these contacts do go bad, and these are getting pretty worn, so I'm going to have to replace those eventually too, but that was not our problem. So grab our 1.25 inch nut and get it started on there. I'm going to go ahead and get that tightened, and I'll be right back. Alright, you give that a couple ugga duggas, Make sure that's on there. Now that goes right there. I need both hands, so I'm gonna put this down and use both hands to do that. But these guys, they just snap into those. So once you get that on there, you just put it right there and just smack it in the center. Okay, that's on there. Now our horn works.